Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another special presentation of Elite Esports for Elite Academic Academy. We are on to week 2 of the regular season. Today is going to be our varsity Super Smash Brothers team facing off against the Cross Hill Christian Smash Bros team in a crew battle. First up, leading off for the Eagles today is going to be X-Man. X-Man in his junior year and third year on the esports team here at Elite. He has improved so much in that time. Of course, he is our resident Incineroar main, but has also known to play the Joker a little bit. Did play Cloud a lot more, but I may be switching over to that Link now a little bit more. And it looks like he's going to be facing off against a Joker main in the first round here. X-Men starting off as Incineroar. Both players have taunted to signal they are ready. X-Men dodges a little bit to the left. And it looks like Titanium gets immediately clocked by the side special of Incineroar. Only 25% damage, though. A little bit too early in the game for it to do massive damage. And just kind of jumping around, maybe avoiding some of the attacks from X-Men. But he's going to need to take some of that damage if he wants to get Arsene out early in this match. X-Men comes in with the neutral B Lariat, but gets caught out by a little bit of magic. Back airs again. Now Arsene out. X-Men are going to need to be a little bit more careful. He can get chunked heavily by the attacks from the Persona, but so far having a good lead early on at this one. Another Lariat spin pushes him away. Tries to go for the neutral air, but Titanium able to get out of it. Good up smash, though. It does secure the KO. While it doesn't, Redline does just put Joker above the edge of that blast zone, knocking him out, securing the first stock here in round 1 of match 1. After a technical difficulty, looks like X-Man came away from the first round with a victory. So now going into round 2 of Series 1 with an advantage, only needing 3 more KOs to give the Eagles a 1-0 lead in this best of 5 this afternoon. We are back after a very lengthy map banning process. Looks like Crossfield might have needed to rethink some of that strategy. But X-Men going with the same pick that he did the first time. Both players taunting again. The signal there ready. X-Men goes in. Starts to go for an early side special. But so far hasn't really landed a hit onto Titanium here. Gonna have struggling with that platform. He does land his first hit, but Titanium knocked a little bit too far away. X-Men comes in with a back air, gets one more, but again, not able to string hits together yet in this second round. And it looks like an SD there from Titanium. We'll see if there's any... Doesn't seem like there's any dispute about that SD. It just was a misplay by the side of Crosshill Christian. So both players playing on now. X-Men already in a position to probably land a side special and get a KO off. He does go for the Lariat instead. It's a much more high percentage move. Does go for the side special there, but Titanium counters. But now has lost Arsene and already at 91. He's going to need to build the back up fast if he needs to come back in this one. X-Men leaps back onto the ledge. Trying to spin around, land that first hit, and hopefully get some back airs chained together. Get a nice combo here. Shields the forward tilt, knocks him into the air with the side one, and a beautiful spike by none other than our resident Incineroar main, X-Man himself. That might be one of the best down airs I've seen him perform in this young season, and maybe all of last one. Trying to go for it again is X-Man, but shielded and avoided. Avoiding that time is Titanium. Lariat spin. Now Titanium, a good read. X-Men has been using the back airs to great effect in this match today. Lariat spins. Now Titanium very low. He's at 98%. X-Men going with an aggressive side special, but whiffs on that one. Nearly jumped off the edge and SD'd himself. Now just looking for that opening. That might be what he needs to knock Titanium out. 3 stocks to 0 and a 1-0 series lead for the Eagles. Up next for the Eagles is going to be Placida. She made her debut last week on our junior varsity team, but starting in place of Spectre today is Placida starting over on varsity. So we may see her a little bit in some of these games. We may see her next week when we broadcast our junior varsity team as well. This is her first season on the team and a Kirby main, but she does do more than just spam a down special. She knows how to use the entire arsenal, but we may see the Samus pick. We may see it especially as the captain, Twisted One, for Brasil Christian has come out, and he has began with Samus already grabbing and threatening twice. Another grab, throw, combo. Placida blocks that one, tries to go for neutral B to get a little bit of an opening, but so far Twisted One has not let her get close, and looks like the grab has been very deadly. Placida gets an opening there with the up special and that projectile. Gets a couple of hits off, but Sam is still doing very well to stage control. The DI from Placida comes out. She's able to survive a quite a big hit from the Samus projectile. This one goes in with the forward air. Now Placida at 102 blocks the big projectile. And it appears that Placida is a little bit too caught up on these projectiles with Samus versus just trying to get some hits off. And Twisted One with another well-timed huge Samus projectile there gets the first KO. And right now just running circles around Kirby. Lots of grabs and throws using the extra distance from the Samus grab to great effect. It goes in with down air, dodges skin. Nice little down tilt, start his own combo. Twisted One uses down air into a side smash. Placida goes in for another approach with a down air. Couple quick combos now. Twisted One taking some damage. But Placida is going to need to confirm this KO quickly if she has a chance to come back in this one. Decides to not go for the aggressive down or offstage spike. Instead tries to go for a down special off the stage. A little bit of a risky move. Goes for a dash, but Twisted One blocks it. Now finding his footing again. Placida hits him with a side smash. She goes flying, but it's not enough to redline. She gets herself back on top with an up special, but overshoots her dash attack. Does not overshoot that one, and a great momentum shift for Placida, knocking out Twisted One without taking too much damage. Avoiding the smash attack again. She grabs, pummels, and hits multiple aerials in a row, and now this game is all knotted up. Twisted One now gets a big hit off to extend his lead a little bit, but that lead has now shrunk quite significantly. Will he be able to time this next projectile and secure the second KO? Tries to throw Placida off and hit her with the projectile off the stage. Now Placida running back, but now gets too aggressive, overshoots Twisted One again on edge, and he takes advantage of the over-aggression coming out from Placida. Good read there, but Placida goes in with the down air, eats a projectile, gets a little bit of health back, but doesn't really mean much. She just respawns, so she's at 0. Nonetheless, good use of the neutral B, perhaps negate some of the damage coming back in from Twisted One. You know he's got a lot of value from those projectiles. Another dash attack, and it looks like the side of that Kirby hitbox was able to confirm kill onto Twisted One. And Placida doing a good job limiting the damage, especially after that first stock. Both players kind of jumping around each other, but it's Twisted One that comes out on top. Placida gets away from the grab, dodges the dash attack again. Both players doing a good job dodging each other. Lots of dash attacks coming out from both sides. Not something we typically see, especially at a high school Smash level. Usually it's more aerials. We haven't seen a lot of aerials come out from Twisted One. Good use of projectiles, though. Placida barely misses both of those attacks and runs right into the smash attack of Samus and gets grabbed. Now Twisted One looking to end this with that charged up projectile. Placida shields, dodges the next one, but is unable to read the up smash coming out from Twisted One, and he wins the first round of set number 2 by a score of 1-0. Good fight by both players. We'll be back with round 2 of set 2 in a moment. We are back with round 2 of Series 2. Twisted One, of course, won the round 1, and now just needs to win one more to secure this one, and already had an 80-0 lead. He did switch over to Donkey Kong, maybe to deal with Kirby itself. Kirby is, of course, a super light character. Donkey Kong is pretty big. He does hit hard, and we've already seen that a few seconds in this match. Flucida getting away from that smash attack, but unable to get away from the dash attack. But Twisted One just taking the full brunt of that down special and that up special. Flucida keeping her distance away. Nice little neutral air to push him away, and a nice dash attack. Now she has control over the stage. Twisted One gets back on, but is unable to avoid the dash attack or the side smash from Flucida. And a good use of the down special just to zone out Donkey Kong. He's unable to recover after that, and a nice down air. Both players recover, but it is Flucida who is using that stage control to great advantage. This one gets away from the down special that time. A good air dodge from Flucida to get away from the smash attack. Now it is Flucida who is just cooking the Donkey Kong right now. Already at 100 on his second stock and just holding him out. Barely gets clipped by the side special there. And getting away from the side smash. Good use of the dodges. Flucida doing a great job keeping her distance from the huge fists of Donkey Kong. And a nice star KO despite the momentum of Donkey Kong carrying him down to the bottom of the screen. Kirby turning himself into a swamp might have thrown him all the way into the back. Now, Flucida in a position to perhaps 3-stock this one. Not quite over. Donkey Kong can get a lot of damage very quickly, but he has not been able to touch this pink puffball that is Kirby in quite some time. That time, though, he does land a few punches and secures his first KO of the match, but he has a lot more work to do. Of course, Flucida not out of the woods yet. Again, we have seen Donkey Kong do some crazy things in this game, but it is getting late, and Flucida he needs maybe a couple more good hits to secure this one and force a game 3. Couple nice chained forward airs in a row by the Gorilla. Now put Flucida at 46%. She avoids the side special, comes in with a down special of her own, but uses the down special a little bit too early. Nice neutral air pushes him out, but Flucida has kind of let him recover on the stage, not allowing, or not perfecting that stage control, I might say. Donkey Kong doing a much better job of blocking these smash attacks. He is getting back on top of the stage, and Flucida waits for him to land and headbutts him as a little fireball, setting him careening into the side of the screen and evening up the score 1-1 in Series 2 of this one. Both players will now play one more game to determine who takes a 2-0 series lead in this one. We are now on to the final round of set number 2. It is once again Placida versus Twisted One, the captain of Cross Hill Christian. Placida now going to be on the right side of the screen. Still going with the Kirby, and Twisted One showing off his arsenal here, going to 3 different heavy characters. We'll see if the experience that Placida has against playing against some of the K rules on Elite shows up here. So far, still looking to crack the code. Twisted One once again with an early lead. We'll see if Placida adjusts. He goes to the dash attack. She goes and grabs. And a couple quick pummels. He tries to go for the counter, but Placida reads right through it and grabs him again. Lots of hits going off, but only 49% gained. Again, K rule is a tough character to KO sometimes. Placida does go to swallow the cannonball, but it looks like it might have been bait from Twisted One. He does go for a smash attack, but he should have gone for the up smash. Down smash did not hit Kirby. And missing the down special. Good idea from Placida, but a little bit late on the execution. That one does hit. It does not K-roll off the stage, but it's not enough to KO. She goes for a third one, but that time looks like Twisted One wasn't expecting it. Placida gets away from the cannonball, gets away from the crown. Both players at a neutral, respecting each other, and Twisted One with an early down smash. Placida goes for the down special, and that time it does hit. Twisted One is right up against the side of the stage, and Placida was able to read that line very well. That time, though, gets sucked up by the blunderbuss, and we're all back to square one. Both players at 2 stock with 0% on either side. It's very neck and neck. This is a very close and tightly contested set between these 2 players. Perhaps the set of the day when all is said and done. Placida with another good grab throw combo. And now getting K rule up to 58. She is chopping him up. Look at that throw. Look at another forward air. Will there be a down special? Nope, not that time. Looks like Twisted One was a little bit more ready, and Placida adjusted. Twisted One now trying to get some of that momentum back. He knocks Kirby a couple times. It's 85 to 75. Once again, both players knotted up. Placida reads the dash attack. She is patient. She blocks it, but is unable to read the forward air coming out from Twisted One. A little bit of an interesting down special. One tries to go for a grab, and now Placida painted herself into a corner. And K-Roll took advantage by dashing her and shoving her off the cliff for his second KO. But Placida's going to need to clear his KO rather efficiently. Again, you know, K-Roll can be very tough to overcome. He juggles him around. K-Roll tries to go for the counter, but just barely gets under that 100-ton weight that Kirby has transformed himself into. And now it's 1-1. Both players vying over this last stock. This is a huge stock that can change the complexion of this map, or this match, I should say. Placida doing her best job to come back. She does take a slim lead. It's 47 to 40. Avoids both projectiles. Does not avoid the dash attack. Tries to avoid the blunderbuss. Does not want to get sucked into that. She gets back on top of the stage. Baits him into the grab. K-Roll gets away. Dodges. Placida does not read correctly, and she does get grabbed and thrown off. Now at 82%. Any smash attack or any good dash attack should be enough to KO Placida here. The dash attack of K-Roll beating out the up special of Kirby. She barely gets back onto the stage, and a nice little slam her back down. Good little tech there by Twisted One. And a no fear, a little bit of a risky move to go for the dash attack there, but it does work. Twisted One gets back on top of the stage. Placida tries to read it. Good little down air. Both players seem to be respecting each other a lot. Placida at 140. Again, just any big attack from K-Roll that lands is going to be enough to do it here. Placida being very mindful of the dash attack. She gets knocked into the air. Maybe a little bit too hasty on that down special. Placida's trying to read it, but it looks like she's just trying to go for that and nothing else right now. Trying to just look for an opening. She does find an opening to go in, but it's blocked by Twisted One. Twisted One doesn't block that one that time. Now it's Placida with the stage control. Twisted One gets back on top. And Placida zones him out again, reading the recovery of the K-roll. She goes down and she knocks him away with the down special. Another good hit with the down special. And again, shading those together. Placida takes the map and the set by a score of 2-1, pushing the Eagles into a 2-0 advantage and just 2 game wins away from taking the series and sweeping it. Very impressive stuff by Placida on her varsity debut as the Eagles take a 2-0 series lead. Next up for the Eagles will be none other than the legendary Hotshot himself. He who plays the Terry, but now has switched up his mains. He always has something new up his sleeve every single year. Of course, he has to stick with the Terry, but we might see the Luigi or the Wario come out this season. And we are back, starting what could be the final series this afternoon between these two teams. Elite Academic Academy up 2-0 on Cross Hill Christian. It is none other than Hot Shaw, one of our most experienced players, and already with an early lead onto the Incineroar here. This is a matchup that Hot Shaw is no stranger to. He has been practicing very hard against the X-Man himself. But Walter's early, a little bit of an SD. Maybe not locked in quite, but already has built a quite sizable advantage onto Incineroar here. Now the Incineroar has been grabbing him and tossing him around. Hotshot maybe finding his footing here. Maybe a little bit shaken up after that SD, a rare misplay by Hotshot. Does get back on, does shield the impending up special, and is able to punch Incineroar back off. Doesn't go for the offstage punish. Does turn around and grab, and now just looking for an opening to get his first KO. Maybe get himself some breathing room here. But does not get away from the Incineroar spike. That time he does go for the side special, but it's just not enough right now. Incineroar is a heavy character as well, much like K-Rool, much like Samus, much like most of the other characters we have seen Crossfield play today. That time it does KO, but Incineroar doing a good job coming back in this one. Hotshot might already have to fight back from one stock. He does have the Go ability active, but doesn't shield the impending side special, or side smash, I should say. Just takes the side special. Now Hotshot in a dangerous position. He's going to need to rack up a lot of damage onto this Terry. Does get hit by the Lariat. Spin. Hotshot goes for a dash attack, but not using a lot of those bread and butter combos we've seen him use on Terry. Does get Twisted One onto 99. Goes for the little projectile, but Twisted One, or I should say, not Twisted One. This is a different player playing on the same account. Very typical of brick and mortar schools against our online competition. That time now, Hotshot at the 108. It's looking like Incineroar might walk away with this one. Hotshot does secure the KO, but he's in such a precarious position that's going to be hard to climb out of that SD, making all the difference here. Barely gets back on top, avoiding another one, but unable to avoid the Incineroar side smash. So, Incineroar walking away with the first win in series number 3 here. We'll be back with game 2 of series 3. And hopefully Hotshot will be able to respond and even up his best of 3. We are back with round number 2 of series number 3 here. It is once again Hotshot versus the third player. Hotshot switching over to Snake to possibly counter the Incineroar. Looks like he had some trouble with that one. But Incineroar kind of running all over him right now. Hotshot trying to use his arsenal of weapons. And Incineroar just getting up close and personal, getting rid of that range. That time Hotshot does fire off the missile. Plants a little mine. Does carefully wait for the Incineroar to use his counter. That way, the Incineroar does not get boosted up by Hotshot's own mine. That could be devastating later. Hotshot drops a little parting gift on to the stage, but Incineroar just kind of patiently waits out the exposure for both of them. Hotshot dashes again. Once again, leaves a grenade, just trying to bait the Incineroar to just run up onto the stage, get exploded, and hopefully get KO'd here. But Incineroar getting really close to KOing Hotshot. Players being pretty nervous, but the Incineroar is being a little bit more aggressive in this one. He's just kind of juggling Hotshot, but I don't even know what he did there. It looks like he might have just chucked a grenade at Incineroar's face that time, securing the KO and getting an early lead for Hotshot. Now Hotshot is able to start getting these heat-seeking missiles off, but maybe that's all he's going to get as Incineroar now has the super armor on. That was a grab, toss him off. Dodges away, but needed another dodge to get away from Lariat spin. Lest he continue his combo onto the Incineroar. Hotshot dashes again. The dash attack being a lot of value, surprisingly, in this one. And a nice little tilt there. Now Incineroar up to 107. Hotshot fires off the mortar. Will it come down? No, it's going to hit that platform. But Hotshot, anytime the Incineroar uses that side special, he counters with his own side special missile of his own. And we're going to have to wait and see what the final score of this one will be. We are back finally after a lengthy in between game process. The arena appeared to have shut down just kind of on accident. But now we are back. Both players sticking with the same characters they went into last round. Hotshot, of course, staying on Snake, which was a great counter pick, but so far not able to land a hit. Goes right into the Lariat. Puts himself back on the stage, and Twisted One just kind of waiting. Immediately redlines him, but goes off of the edge. Does not get the second, or does not get the KO there. Some good DI coming out from the side of Hotshot. He does send out the heat-seeking missile. Waits out the counter, interestingly enough. Knocks him away, hits him with another missile, and slams him again. But Incineroar right there with the counter. Hotshot kicks him away. Both players kind of even percentages here. But Incineroar does still have the super armor available, so any big hits should spell a KO for Hotshot. Seeking missile kind of it's negated there, a little bit interesting. Mortar comes out, but that should be the first KO going the way of Twisted One, but no! Hotshot again with the DI, shields the incoming smash attack, and dashes away, getting himself a stage advantage again. Barely misses out on that missile, and Incineroar comes right back in with a nice little tilt to secure the first KO. Does get hit by the mortar. Hotshot times the mortar again. Will he time a third one? Doesn't look like he's going to have an option to do it again. Incineroar is still not KO'd in this one. Hotshot gets away from the side special. Incineroar uses his counter to kind of get rid of the missile there, but the next one does hit for a KO here. Hotshot grabs, throws Incineroar onto the ground, now evens it up. Incineroar gets back on the stage. Hotshot dodges a little bit too far, but the Incineroar dodges again, and Hotshot takes advantage of it. Is able to grab, get a little bit more damage. Hotshot barely misses with the mortar there, and gets caught right into the up special of Incineroar. Been caught out by those a couple times. Hotshot dashes, but dashes right into the revenge attack. And another KO for Incineroar here. Going up by a score of 1 stock to 2. Hotshot unable to avoid these side specials, these ever dangerous side specials from Incineroar, especially with the super armor out. He does dodge that one, tosses him off the cliff. Tries to hit him with the mortar, tries to hit him again with another bomb. But Hotshot is not able to get away from these up specials. Not able to get away from that side special either. That time he does kick him off, but again, Hotshot already at a serious disadvantage in this last stock. He could rack up some damage here, but it's going to be hard when the Incineroar is constantly trying to counter any one of the projectiles. The Hotshot comes out, wisely gets away from the up smash there. Negates the first side special, but unable to negate the second one. That is going to be Crossfield Christian coming away with a series win and bringing us to a 2-1 score here. Eagles will not be able to sweep today. They're going to have to close this out in a game 4 or 5 scenario. for round number 4 here. It's going to rotate back, and we're going to have X-Man play round number 4. X-Man is going to be the one that tries to win the series and the match for the Eagles today. Most likely going to go Incineroar, but maybe we see a counter pick out from X-Man. Maybe we'll be able to watch the entirety of his games. Maybe I will not get disconnected. We're just going to have to see. But regardless, X-Man is going to be the one that will try to bring the Eagles home here in round 4. We begin series number 4, match number 1, and it's going to be X-Man versus Twisted One, the captain. Opening up with his Samus. I think that is what he did the best on. I'm not sure why he switched up his characters there, but gains a little bit of an early lead on X-Man. X-Man goes in, no fear, grabs him, tries to go for an up special, or an up aerial to continue that combo, blocks the forward air coming out from Samus, and it blocks both projectiles. Doesn't use the revenge there, just decides to go for the shield. But X-Men unable to get away from the grab. Does use the revenge dare to get a little bit of a super armor. And a couple jabs already puts Twisted One at 55%. Good use of the revenge. Doesn't always need to be a huge hit. Sometimes some smaller attacks with the revenge can be valuable. Like in that situation, does miss side special there, but does it again. Kind of doing the same thing we saw the Incineroar on Crossfield Christian doing a game ago. X-Man pushes Twisted One out with the Lariat spin. Both players missing grabs. That time, Twisted One comes away with a tilt. X-Man kind of just trying to wait out a projectile. He does wait it out, but does get grabbed, and now another projectile comes out from Twisted One, and he's just able to control the stage by using both of these in tandem. Grabs X-Man. Will he throw him off? Again, just waiting to use that projectile is Twisted One. Twisted One swipes him away with a down tilt, misses the big projectile there. That could be the KO move there. X-Men finally pushes him away and uses that opening to fire off an up special, or an up smash, to secure the first stock, the ever so important first stock in the game. X-Men is very patient. It was a very tough nut to crack, but he was able to find an opening there and secure a KO. This one backs away. And is able to grab X-Man, toss him up, and now kind of juggling him. X-Man kind of struggling with the same exact thing we saw in just his last life, just struggling to get back onto the stage between the grabs and the zoning abilities that Samus provides. A good tilt and a beautiful spike coming out from Twisted One. Not really much X-Man could do there. He lunges forward, tries to go for the grab. Now Twisted One off the stage. But X-Men jumps a little bit too far, does not take advantage of the stage control he has there with little neutral air to keep Twisted One out. But now he rotates back into the stage. Both players fighting in this right corner. It is Twisted One who tosses X-Men off the stage. X-Men gets back on top after he misses that down air. X-Men grabs, pummels, tosses him back the other way. Tries to go for the aggressive spike, but a misplay. And side specials when he should have up specialed there. And instead of an aggressive spike, now it is a stock loss for the X-Man. He can still KO Twisted One here. If he does that quickly, he will be able to come back in this one. Twisted One trying to get back on the stage. X-Man times the side special very well. It redlines, it gets a KO, and that SD hopefully not critical for X-Man here. He waits out the attacks. grabs with the side special, pushes Twisted One back out with another back air. But now he finds himself in a stage advantage and SDs again. He turns the other way, and 2 SDs spell doom for X-Man in round 1 of series number 4. We're back with round 2 of set number 4. It is Crossroad Christian coming away with the win in the first round there. So they do have the advantage. X-Men's going to need to win 2 in a row here. And looks like we have a stage dispute. Should be Final Destination. It looks like both players are going to do a reset so we can get Final Destination as the correct stage. So we'll be right back once the correct stage is picked. Both players are on the correct stage. We are starting off with Final Destination. X-Men charges in, tries to get an opening. He's going to try his best to avoid the big sandwich projectiles. Although I wouldn't say those were the things that sunk the X-Men in the last game. It was more of the missed inputs on some of those recoveries, and it looks like that happened again, going with the side special instead of the up special. And does knock Twisted One off the stage. And now Twisted One just chain some of these up aerials and specials together, get X-Men at 95. X-Men goes in, but unable to find an opening, and Twisted One just kind of running circles around the Incineroar here. X-Men just not able to find his footing on the stage. Nearly SDs again. It's caught out by the projectile, and the little projectile is all that Twisted One needs to get a little bit of an opening to approach X-Men. Dash attack into him, send him flying off to the side of the stage. Enough of those chained projectiles together, plus that up special secures his second KO of the match. And looks like X-Men's going to need nothing short of a miracle to come back in this one. Perhaps maybe a couple critical mistakes from Twisted One, but so far he looks calm and composed. And seems to be cruising towards a victory in this one. X-Men waits for him to get back on stage, but he reads the incoming side special. X-Men left standing there as Twisted One now dashes into him and knocks him away. X-Men does wait for the up special to get his first KO, but it might be a little bit too late. He's already at such a high percentage, getting knocked up again. And it's going to be tough for him to even recover back onto the stage here. Back airs pushes him away, does another back air. A little dash air and a back air does put Twisted One at 57. Now it's 76. This is the revenge, and that's going to be it. So Crosshill Christian will even up the series 2-2. We are on to what will most certainly be the final series of the day. Crossville Christian has made quite the comeback. It is now 2-2, and we have a mirror match of what would have been the clinching game between these two. Hotshot going off with Harry again against the Incineroar, which he had struggled with previously. Has built an early lead, gets a couple of those projectiles off, tries to dash into him, but Incineroar uses the revenge to get the counter and the boost. Hotshot grabs and chucks him off the cliff. Incineroar dashes back up. Hotshot is zoning him out with some aerials. He dashes away, but does not dash away from the side smash again. Goes in with the lariat spin. Hotshot just trying his best to keep him away. Hotshot punches his way back on the stage. It's 144 to 122, and he uses the Burning Geyser to secure the first KO. It's the first time we've seen one of the Terry Go moves activated in a game like this. Hotshot 144. He still has a couple of those in his pocket if he wants to use them, but just misses the execution. And Incineroar does get his first KO. It's 1-1 or 2-2 here, I should say. Incineroar uses multiple revenge attacks. Hotshot gets away from the first side special, but does not get away from the other one. He tosses him off the cliff, waits for him to get back, punches him off. Incineroar is going to side special towards the cliff again, and Hotshot just zoning him out. Grabs and chucks him off, and again, just waiting for Incineroar to get close to the stage before he goes in for a grab. Now Incineroar in a good position to go for the side special. Hotshot gets away, wisely gets away from that one. Does punch him away. Now looking for a smash attack. Incineroar goes for revenge, but knees him. Dash attacks into Hotshot, securing the second KO. Hotshot goes for a side smash. Incineroar hits it with revenge. Barely gets back on top of the stage. And Hotshot is right there with the side smash, but already at 62 for his first one. Okay, at this point, We are back with round number 2 of set number 5. Crossfield Christian just one win away from completing the comeback here. And Hotshot has switched over to K-Rule. Hopefully using a heavier character will result in more KOs, or easier KOs for the Eagles here. Hotshot goes and tries to grab, but does miss. Gets away from the side special and goes for the grab into the down special. Doesn't go for the down smash though. And maybe a little bit of a input or error by Hotshot. Does go for a nice little forward air slam. Incineroar back into the ground. He tosses him off. Tries to time the cannonball, but does not go, or does not get the offstage punish. Incineroar gets back on top of the stage and not able to get away from the comically large boxing glove that K-Rule sports. Hotshot again. Getting off an early combo with those projectiles. Tries to go for a counter against Incineroar here. Tosses him. Maybe uses the smash a little bit too early instead of a tilt just to kind of keep that stage control advantage flowing. Incineroar goes for revenge. Now he has the super armor on. Now Hotshot building up a little bit of a lead. He dash attacks and keeps Incineroar off of the stage and sucks him up in the middle of the up special until he lands on the cannonball. Does get redlined, but the DI means he doesn't die from that. But it was just too little, too late. Sora was just knocked all around the side of the map, unable to get back into the stage. Hotshot with an excellent job zoning him out with those projectiles. This one goes for a spike and an up air. Security's first KO. Not much Hotshot could do there. He is at 150. As Hotshot careens off the screen, he does respawn. But now on his final stock, Incineroar does get a little bit of damage, a lot of chip damage, I should say, onto Hotshot at 58. But he is at 82. He's going to need to protect his life. Hotshot tosses him off, tries to time the cannonball again, and tries to also suck him up with the blunderbuss one more time. Misses that time, but that time, the second time, he's able to swallow him up with the blunderbuss. And now, both players down to their final stock. Hotshot does have the advantage. He does slam him, but Incineroar just barely able to get out of it. Hotshot dashing around the arena. He does suck Incineroar up, but misses. Incineroar now doing what he can to zone Hotshot out with various back airs. Hotshot goes for the grab into the slam and an up smash, but it does not secure the KO. That time, that one should, and Hotshot shoots him off the side of the stage to even it up, forcing a winner-take-all. Game 3 in Game 5. It does not get any closer than this. So, both teams fighting for a winner-take-all. It's all going to come down to whoever takes these final 3 stocks in this one. Hotshot will do what he can to prevail and prevent the Cross Hill Christian High School from coming back in this one. I'm not getting off till 7 now. This particular match has gone the absolute longest it could possibly go. And now both players down to the final round. It is a winner-take-all in this game 3 of set number 5. And Incineroar building up a quick lead. Hotshot responds with a couple grabs and sucks him out the blunderbuss. Incineroar misses the revenge. Hotshot goes for another grab, tosses him off to get that stage control. But that time he does not get sucked up by the blunderbuss. Hotshot with a beautiful counter to secure the stage control. Now sucks him off, trying to look and keep Incineroar off of the stage. He is juggling him around. Incineroar finally back in despite redlining, but Hotshot goes into the grab. And somehow Incineroar is still alive after everything. Hotshot goes for another throw, and that time Incineroar not able to recover. He flies straight into the front of the screen, slides down. Incineroar does use revenge there, but Hotshot says, I don't like that. He runs right into him, grabs him, throws him to the ground, and starts off a combo there. But now Hotshot a little bit vulnerable, now has to kind of get away from the up specials. The Incineroar dodges, gets back onto the stage, but unable to get away from the dash attack. Maybe a little bit too early on the air dodge. Hotshot starts off a couple projectiles, knocks the Incineroar around, but the Incineroar with the super armor is going to be very dangerous. Even one landing, even if he lands that side special one time, it can deal massive damage. He does hit him with a back air, and already 45 done to K-Rool. Both players have caught up. Hotshot neutral airs him, gets him up to 114, goes for the grab, goes for the down throw, knocks him into the air, but it doesn't redline. He's going to go for the up special again. And Hotshot wisely gets away from it, dash attacks off the stage. And barely, that time, a little bit of a lucky break. We have seen Incineroar get hit by the cannonball so many times in this match, and yet it did not result in a KO. That one finally does. Hotshot now goes to the grab, tosses him off, trying to get a good lead on to the Incineroar while he's on his final stock. Incineroar misses the side special. Hotshot going for a grab, just looking for an opportunity to grab here. Does negate the side special, doesn't get the full effect. Hotshot's going to fly himself back onto the stage. Incineroar looks for a spike, but he misses. Now Hotshot looking for an opening, both players looking for that. Incineroar baits him into running into him, gets the revenge off. Any big hit from Incineroar will KO Hotshot here. That should be it, and Hotshot's going to go down to his final stock. It is 1-1, final stock, final game. This is literally as close as it could possibly be. Hotshot spamming some dash attacks, finally gets a dash attack off, but gets hit straight in the head with an up special. Goes for a spike. He's at 98. Now Incineroar using the revenge to great effect here. He flies right off to the side of the stage. Hotshot comes in with the side smash, punches him off, finally putting an end to the madness in this match, securing the final game by a score of 2-1 and securing the series for Elite by a score of 3-2. Quite a wild one here this afternoon. Elite wins. The Eagles win by a score of 3-2. A lot closer than it should have been. A great comeback by Crosshill Christian, but it comes up just short. Hotshot looked at the critical mistake made by the Incineroar, capitalized, and put this one away for the Eagles. All right. Did you guys report the result? Hey, no two streams are exactly synced up. All right, Xavier, as soon as you report it, I'm gonna I gotta go. I gotta go run another practice. This way over. We'll discuss the match on Tuesday's practice. Okay. I just I'll say I'll take an ugly win. An ugly win is worth way more than a pretty loss. A win is a win. Okay. Like that's all I'll say. That's a great game. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, everyone's got to go. It's late. We'll break this down on Tuesday, okay? So I got to go too. But great job. Ugly win is still a win, okay?